Amidst all of the confusion of the free agent season from Raptors fans concerning the front office, there are now emerging reports suggesting that the Sacramento Kings have huge interest in trading for Pascal Siakam. So in this video, we're going to uncover what a trade might look like and if the Raptors should make it. Let's get into it. Welcome NBA and Raptors fans to Amateur Hour Sports. This is a channel where you get NBA content with a focus on the Toronto Raptors at least 4 days a week. That is Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. This is your Wednesday episode where we're talking about a Pascal Siakam trade to the Sacramento Kings amidst reports. So if you like what you see from today's video, you want more of myself talking about the NBA and the Raptors in videos and content just like this, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below to show support to the channel on our road to 6,000 subscribers. Thank you guys so much for helping me hit 5,000 subscribers yesterday. What a moment for the channel. I am so grateful for this great community that we have put together. This is just the beginning, but let's get down to business today. So we're talking about the reports that link Pascal Siakam to the Sacramento Kings. And again, this is just a couple days after free agency started, where Raptors fans who were anticipating some possibly great things from the front office, bringing new players, and we are treated to absolutely nothing. Well, not absolutely nothing. I mean, we did sign Sam Decker, and I guess, we did get Gary Trent Jr. on a pretty good contract. I'd say it's about the max I would have paid him, but at least we didn't go over my max budget for Gary Trent. There's the Lowry situation. We still don't know confidently for sure who we are getting this trade, but we're pretty damn sure it is going to be Goran Dragic and Precious Achiuwa, and probably a second-round pick in there. But still, no free agents other than Sam Decker, have come into the team. No meaningful free agents have come into the team, and we desperately need a center for this team. The only news that we have about the Raptors is people leaving. DeAndre Bembry, Rodney Hood, and Paul Watson Jr. all got waived from the team, which means we've got roster spots open, which means we should be bringing in more players, but we saw so many centers that the Raptors apparently had some interest in bringing in go to other teams, and Nerlens Noel went back to the Knicks, Jared Allen went back to the Cavaliers, and the one that I'm most concerned about is the team in question here. Sacramento Kings got Richaun Holmes on a 4-year, $55 million contract that I am certain if the Raptors really wanted Richaun Holmes, they would have got him. So I don't think that this is a sense of we're just not getting the guys, we're not getting the players. It's just we don't particularly want some of these players for whatever reason. So I think that some other teams like the Sacramento Kings are smelling a bit of blood in the Raptors organization. Like, is this team really going to commit to winning? If not, can we make a trade happen? And they fixated on Pascal Siakam. And I'm sure every team in the NBA would want a player like Pascal Siakam. A two-way wing. He plays great defense. On offense, he can get a ton of points, averaged over 20 points per game for 2 seasons in a row. He's all-NBA second team in his past. He's been an all-star. He's an NBA champion. He's an MIP. Need I go on? This is a fantastic player that a lot of teams in the NBA would want on their team. And I feel like Sacramento, even though they're on this humongous playoff drought, I've really kind of turned the tide here. I feel like they're making progress for a better future. They've started to draft a lot better. They've got De'Aaron Fox on their team now. They've got Tyrese Halliburton on their team. Davion Mitchell looks like a solid pickup, and based on what we saw from a little bit of his summer league performance, he looks pretty damn good. But, it may be that he's NBA ready, so we'll have to see how that plays out. It's obviously one game, but it looks like the Kings have started to draft a lot better and are putting together a pretty good team here. Now, to round off that team, they'd like to bring in somebody like Pascal Siakam. Again, a very, very attractive piece for a lot of NBA teams. But for the Sacramento Kings, there are some other teams in the NBA, like the Golden State Warriors, who really wanted Siakam. And I feel like there could have been an offer or some sort of trade we could have worked out in that situation. But when it comes to the Sacramento Kings, it's really puzzling to see, if anything could come out of this. Sacramento, they have interest in trading for Pascal Siakam. But do the Raptors have any interest in trading Pascal Siakam to the Sacramento Kings? What would they even offer us? Because if you're the Kings, there's no point of trading for Siakam if you're going to give De'Aaron Fox or Tyrese Halliburton in the deal. So those are pretty much the off-limit players for the Kings. I think everybody else is fair game, and I just can't really see anybody equating up to the value of Siakam. And we'd have to get like Marvin Bagley, he needs to get paid in a year, so what's the point of even getting Marvin Bagley? You could even pay him this summer if you wanted to. So, if you could get on a deal where you bring him in and you sign him to his extension and it's a very team-friendly, plus a plethora of first-round picks, plus maybe Davion Mitchell. Maybe something could work out, but bottom line is I don't really want to give Marvin Bagley his money, and I don't really have any interest in trading with the Sacramento Kings in this situation because again, not a lot of assets coming in my way. If I'm going to be trading with the Kings, I want Tyrese Haliburton for Pascal Siakam. And it's really confusing to me why there's just this kind of notion about Pascal Siakam. The Raptors are so willing to trade him. I know there was reports that came out said Pascal Siakam was available, considered by NBA teams, but Bleacher Report, that's where the source came from. I don't really trust those in the slightest. So I feel like Pascal Siakam isn't really available, especially because the Raptors love their 6'9" two-way wing. So
the vibes.
Why would they part with the best one on their team? It just doesn't really make a lot of sense that they're in the market to trade him. But I do feel like they are open to a good offer. If a good offer comes in, they won't really try to fight it off. They'll be like, okay, really good offer comes in, it makes sense. But other teams and reporters and NBA media are trying to treat Pascal Siakam like the Raptors are trying to unload him. Like, let's take a look at the Ben Simmons situation. Now, Daryl Morey is kind of on drugs with this because he's way overvaluing Ben Simmons. But, he's treating like, this is an all-star. This is a guy that you need to pay up to get. We are not trying to just, force him out the door here. And Pascal Siakam should really be getting the same treatment here. This isn't a guy we're trying to force out. We're not just going to take whatever we can get to get rid of it. Like, if you want Pascal Siakam, like, this is damn near a star, a guy who I think can get back into an all-star team. So if you want him, you got to pay up. You got to give us a solid ass piece in return. Like, you got to give us, I would say, almost a star in return here. We can't be settling here as the Raptors. We need to get a really good return. And the Sacramento Kings are a team who cannot provide that if they are not going to be willing to trade De'Aaron Fox or Tyrese Haliburton. And I'm sure the front office are in this situation where they are like, well, we are going to treat Siakam like he is that really coveted piece within our organization. So there's going to be a reluctance to trade. So the Kings, yeah, sure. Well, they've got interest in Pascal Siakam, but do the Raptors have interest in trading him to the Sacramento Kings? I seriously doubt that. But this really kind of spins into what we were talking about in yesterday's video about the front office and what the trajectory of this franchise is. Do they see us as a team who can go and compete for a playoff spot this season? Or are we going to just sit and hold what we have right now and see how this core plays out for this season? Just let them do their thing. Maybe we're not going to be the best team. I mean, I think given the current team right now, if we don't make any moves and this is our roster, this team would seriously struggle to make the playoffs. So there's a lot of work that needs to be done if we want to be a team challenging for a playoff position. But given the way we've handled free agency, guys like Richaun Holmes going for way cheaper than they should have done, in my opinion, I believe that we easily could have gotten Richaun Holmes if we offered him 4 years, $65 million. I feel like he would have taken it to go to Toronto. But it just feels to me like the front office has players that they can bring in, but they are electing and choosing not to bring into the team. So I don't think it's a sense of players don't want to come to Toronto. I don't think it's that. I think it's the front office reluctant to sign players. And it's kind of giving me these tank vibes yet again, these rebuild vibes yet again. And I don't really think that we're in that, but maybe the front office is starting to think that we are in this rebuild situation. And it's confusing to me and it's disheartening to me because I really feel like this is a strong and young core of players that can go and win games with Fred VanVleet, OG Anunoby, Siakam, with Gary Trent Jr. back. I feel like this is a team that can seriously go out and win games, but the front office isn't treating it in that way. So if the front office is in the mindset that we cannot go out and compete and that we need to retool and rebuild this season, then I don't see a sense of really keeping on to Pascal Siakam beyond the full season. I think that over the course of the season, he's going to upgrade his value. So I would say, maybe looking at deadline, can we think about a trade there? But, I really don't want to trade Pascal Siakam. If you watch this channel, you know how much I love Pascal Siakam and how much I hate talking about trading him. But if this franchise is going to just sit and commit to retooling for another year, which it so far seems like. Admittedly, we are only a couple days into free agency, a long way to go, but things spiral out of control really quickly, and they spiraled out of control really quickly last season. So again, if we are going to commit to that retool year yet again, then I don't really see a need to refuse getting a good young asset or, multiple assets for Pascal Siakam to really commit to the young core. Can we get multiple first-round picks? Can we get a really good young player for Pascal Siakam? Because if there's an offer on the table, like the Warriors offering us, when they offered us like the 7 and Wiseman, if we can get that plus something else, like I don't think that's enough, 7 plus Wiseman, but if we can get that plus other things, if we can really build up a strong young core to build around, and we want to retool anyway, I don't really see a sense of keeping on to Pascal Siakam. I would like to keep him. I would like this team to add in winning pieces like Richaun Holmes around him to make this team better and go for a playoff position. And, obviously making the playoffs and not winning an NBA championship, to some people, that's just stupid. Go and get a good draft pick. But to me, that will help this young core develop. That will get this winning mentality instilled in this core. They will get comfortable playing with each other. They will grow as a team. They will grow as a team and get better as a team and develop as a team. But if the front office is in the mindset that this team can't compete, why not just retool for a season? That I don't really see the strong need to keep a hold of Pascal Siakam. That's just kind of the sorry situation that we're in. I mean, Raptors fans are in down bad hours right now, and I am in down bad hours. And it's not like me to be reactionary to situations like this, but I am getting a big concern with the front office here. I'm not ready to count him out. I am absolutely not ready to count him out. But I think that, we all know they need to do something. They need to bring in a center. They need to do something to help this team be successful. And from what we've seen so far, so many players have already gone to other teams. We need to start acting fast. Is trading Siakam the answer? No, I don't think so. But if we are just going to sit and commit to a retool, commit to a rebuild year, then maybe you should look at Pascal Siakam like an attractive piece for other teams to take on. But as it comes to Sacramento, not a chance. Other teams, if they want to get involved for the Pascal Siakam sweepstakes, and if that becomes a thing, which I don't think it should, but if it does, then I don't think Sacramento should be the team on our list, unless they are going to put up De'Aaron Fox or if they're going to put up Tyrese Haliburton. Other than that, I'm out on the Sacramento Kings. I can't even give you a mock trade about this situation because there is just nothing feasible for me. Like, the trade would be around Marvin Bagley. I don't want Marvin Bagley. I don't want to pay Marvin Bagley, so I am completely out of this one. But as a whole, maybe consider a Siakam trade in the near future. So what do you guys make of Sacramento's interest in Pascal Siakam? Would you make a trade with them? Would you make a trade with somebody else? Do you think I am right about maybe this is a time to trade Pascal Siakam? I want to hear all of your thoughts and opinions in the comments down below, because that wraps up for me for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please, if you are still here, be sure to hit that like button, smash the like button for NBA Free Agent Week to show your support to the channel. It really helps us reach some new viewers with that YouTube algorithm. Also, a showcase to me that you made it to the end of the video. Check out our Twitch, twitch.tv/amateursports. We do a ton of NBA content to help you get through the offseason every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern time. We talk a ton of basketball, at least an hour or two of basketball talk, Q&A about the current events of the NBA, and so much more. Link is in the description for that. Remember to subscribe to the channel on the road to 6,000 subscribers. We just hit 5,000 again, guys. Thank you so much for helping us get there. Some other videos by the channel you may enjoy, and always remember, at the end of the day, believe what I say, and if you disagree, that is okay. See you again next time for another video.